Hello and welcome inside Children's Mercy Park after Real Salt Lake deals Sporting Kansas City a 3-1 loss on Saturday. I'm Sam McDowell, Sporting Kansas City beat writer for the Star, here with Tate Steinlage, our full 90 blogger. We're going to get started with you, Tate. What did you see tonight?
You really think about this, it's really, one step forward, two steps back for this team. We talk about how good they were and how you really saw signs that they were taking the next step in that game against Orlando City SC, and it feels like they just took those two steps back, and we're seeing the same things that we've saw throughout the games that they've lost. One of the big things is that they're making mistakes that rookies make, but it's veterans who are making them. And I think the troubling thing is that we can sit here and say the final score is not indicative of how good they were and how many dangerous moments they actually had. But the problem is that we just keep on saying it, and that's an issue. And really the big thing is that they're at 7 losses now. We're not halfway through the year. The most they've had under Peter Vermees is, I think, 13.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think this game was very reminiscent of what we saw during the 7-game winless streak, to where you look at the stats after the game and you're like, wow, how'd they lose this game? I think you could sense some frustration from Peter Vermees tonight in the post game, and I think what's frustrating to him is how do you really correct that as a manager? When you look at it, you've got a veteran captain in Matt Beasler on that first goal, who you're outplaying the other team for the first 30 minutes of the game. A silly turnover leads, and bang, you're down 1-0 right away because of a silly turnover. That third goal I mentioned, it's a turnover in the midfield from Benny Feilhaber. Those are two veteran guys who you don't have to coach not to turn the ball over. So I think at some point you kind of run out of answers a little bit. And I guess from your perspective, can you sense that this team has what it takes to sort of turn this around and string together some victories?
Yeah, I think so. I think this team has, those veteran guys are guys who have been here before. I think they understand even more than we do that the season, and I know it's hypocritical to say this, but it doesn't start until August, really. But you can put yourself in a really tough spot, and so this team needs to turn it around. And they're going to be without, Matt Beasler, Graham Zusi with the Copa tournament coming up for the U.S. men's national team.
You want to play your best soccer during the stretch run, but at the same time, this team talked a lot about in the preseason. When I talked to even club CEO Rob Heineman, the big goal this year was to play a home playoff match this year inside this park. And the way things are going right now, they're putting themselves in a major hole. That's going to wrap it up for us. Make sure you check out all of our coverage on kansascity.com and inside the Kansas City Star.